You're sitting in your car at a drive-thru. It's 9:30 p.m., Wednesday, again. You tell yourself it's just this once. You know that's not true. $12 for a meal you could have made at home for $3. You're not even hungry. You're just tired. And here's the uncomfortable part. This isn't about the $12. It's about the pattern. Because if you're doing this twice a week, that's over $1,200 a year. But it gets worse, much worse. And by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly how much these small decisions are actually costing you. My name is Minted. I spend an unhealthy amount of time thinking about the hidden costs of convenience and why smart people keep making financial decisions that quietly bankrupt them. If you make decent money but somehow never have anything left at the end of the month, subscribe, because today we're exposing the invisible tax you've been paying your entire adult life. Most personal finance advice focuses on the obvious stuff: rent, car payments, student loans, and yes, those matter. But there's another category of spending almost no one tracks. I call it the invisible tax. And it's not just money, it's time, energy, mental bandwidth, and the compounding cost of choosing convenience over intention. Let me give you a simple example. You're running late. You didn't prep coffee at home, so you stop at Starbucks. $5. No big deal, right? Except you do this 4 times a week. That's $20 a week, about $1,000 a year. And I know what you're thinking. Minted, I've heard the coffee example a million times. Exactly, because it's not about the coffee. The coffee is a symptom. You're running late because you didn't plan your morning. You didn't plan your morning because you stayed up too late. You stayed up too late because you were exhausted, and scrolling your phone was the easiest dopamine hit available. So that $5 coffee, it's not $5. It's a tax on disorganization, a tax on burnout, a tax on poor sleep, and that tax compounds quietly in ways you never see on your bank statement. A study from the Journal of Consumer Research found that people underestimate the cumulative cost of small, frequent purchases by about 40%. We're literally blind to our own spending when it comes in tiny doses. It's death by 1,000 cuts, except each cut costs $8 and comes with a rewards program. Let's look at the math. Someone earning $60,000 a year takes home about $45,000 after taxes. That's roughly $3,700 a month. Sounds workable until the invisible tax shows up. Coffee, $50. Lunch out instead of meal prep, $200. Subscriptions you forgot to cancel, $40. Impulse Amazon purchases, $80. Late fees, $30. ATM fees, $15. Delivery fees and tips, $120. Premium gas you don't need, $20. That's $555 a month, over $6,600 a year, and we haven't touched rent, cars, or debt yet. Now here's the part that actually matters. It's not just the money you spent, it's the money you didn't invest. $6,600 invested annually at a modest 8% over 30 years becomes over $800,000. That's not a typo. Your small daily conveniences are quietly costing you a 7-figure future. At this point, some people say, "But Minted, I need to live my life." And you're right. I'm not telling you to eat rice and beans in the dark. That's not the point. The point is awareness. Because here's the truth most people miss. You're already depriving yourself. You're just depriving your future self instead of your present one. Every convenience is a trade. Short-term comfort for long-term resources. Sometimes that trade makes sense, but most of the time, it's not a conscious choice. It's a default, a habit, the path of least resistance. Behavioral economists call this hyperbolic discounting. We massively overvalue immediate rewards and discount future benefits. That wiring helped us survive as hunter-gatherers. In a modern economy designed to exploit it, it quietly destroys you. And here's where this gets darker. The invisible tax isn't paid equally. The Federal Reserve has shown that lower-income households pay a higher percentage of their income in fees, penalties, and convenience costs. It's more expensive to be poor. If you can't afford a $600 repair, you finance it at 24% interest. If you're paycheck to paycheck, you can't bulk buy. One unexpected expense triggers a cascade of fees. Stress causes poor decisions. Poor decisions cost money. Money problems create more stress. It's a loop, and the system profits from it. Banks profit from overdrafts. Credit cards profit from balances. Subscriptions profit from forgetfulness. Fast food profits from exhaustion. This isn't conspiracy, it's incentives. The good news is, once you see the invisible tax, you can't unsee it, and awareness is enough to change everything. Here's a framework that actually works. First, audit it. For 1 month, track every purchase under $20. No guilt, no judgment, just data. Most people think they're spending $50. The real number is usually closer to $400. Second, identify your triggers. For almost everyone, the invisible tax spikes when you're tired, stressed, or bored. So plan for those moments. Meal prep for exhaustion. Delete shopping apps for anxiety. Create low-cost boredom escapes. Third, automate resistance. Willpower is unreliable. Systems aren't. Auto-transfer savings on payday. Use cash for discretionary spending. Add friction to bad habits. Remove friction from good ones. Here's what wealth actually is. Not income, the gap. The space between what you earn and what you spend and what you do with it. The invisible tax quietly closes that gap for millions of people. I'll tell you about someone I know. We'll call her Sarah. $70,000 a year, no savings, no luxury lifestyle, just constant low-level spending. She thought she was responsible. Then she did the audit. $900 a month, $11,000 a year, spent on nothing she remembered. She didn't cut everything. She picked 3 things: meal prep, canceled subscriptions, a 48-hour rule on purchases, saved $440 a month, $5,000 a year, no deprivation, just control. 18 months later, she had a $10,000 emergency fund. For the first time, a car repair wasn't a disaster, it was an inconvenience. That feeling is priceless. Now, important caveat, if you're working 2 jobs, barely surviving, eating ramen, this video isn't blaming you. Your problem isn't coffee, it's systemic. This is for the people who have slack and don't realize it. The average household spends about $500 a month on unplanned purchases. That's $6,000 a year. Invested over a career? Millions. Not from luck, not from genius, from stopping the invisible tax. So here's your assignment. After this video, don't scroll. Pull up last month's statements. Look for patterns. Look for leaks. Then pick 1 change, not 10. 1. Make it automatic. Make it boring. Then repeat. Financial freedom isn't about yachts. It's about options, saying no, sleeping at night, not living one crisis away from collapse. And for most people, it starts by seeing what's been invisible. The system wants you unconscious, swiping, scrolling, reacting. Choose differently. Choose awareness. Your future self is counting on you. Don't let them down. If this helped, subscribe. I break down the psychology and math behind money every week. Now go audit your invisible tax. I'll see you next time.